Good evening, traders. This is Fiso from Black Wall Street. I kind of want to go through a trade I kind of took this week. I think it was Monday, if not Tuesday, but it was Monday, yeah. Kind of want to go through this pound CHF trade that I actually took here. So, yeah. So, this is the whole move that I actually caught from here this week to here. And I kind of want to explain how I actually caught that move using my strategy. Okay, so let me start. What did we have? Bear in mind that this whole move wasn't actually there. Yeah, this whole move wasn't actually there. So how I actually do this analysis, I actually start on a daily to actually mark out my big zones. So this is actually where I began. I marked out this big zone because this was a high, daily high, and this was my daily low. Okay, I tend to mark out where the weak rejection, not necessarily where the weak rejection is at, but the start of the body of the candle. And then I move on to my daily time frame. Bear in mind that this whole move wasn't actually there. The only information that we had was this range. This was a range, and we can all see that the trend is actually up. Why? How do we see? This is a low, and this is a low, and this low is higher than this low, and this low is higher than this low, and this is higher than this, and this is the same level as this. So that was when I knew that this was in an uptrend, and I'm actually looking for a buying opportunity. So bear in mind we never had this. I wish I could use the trading view replay, but I can't because yeah, I haven't paid for it yet. So this range was all that we had. This price was ranging here, and this was support. So I had, okay, let me just use this. I had this marked out. That's what what I had marked out, and I had this range. I was waiting for price to break out at my direction, and this big candle here, this huge bullish candle here, was when price broke out, and that was when I knew that price is likely to actually move to the upside because the pound franc is actually in a bullish trend. So I waited. Price came back. I never took this. I waited for price to come and give me clear rejections. This was when I knew that this was a big zone, and price broke and came back to retest. As you all know, I trade the break and retest, and this was when I had the trade before the pound franc. This was when I had the trade. You can see this is the same thing as this. So I this was when I knew that I entered price early here, and I had my rejection roundabout here. This was where I had my weak rejection. And I had my stop loss roundabout here. Then I had my entry here. So this was when I knew that price is likely to move to the upside. And now let's talk targets. I had this high marked out. This was a daily high, and I had another high roundabout here. And these were my first targets because these were highs. So what really happened? My target was okay up here, as you guys can see here. This was when I entered the trade, and this was where I put my stop loss, and this was where I had my high. And I had a risk to reward. I had a fairly decent risk to reward. We're still gonna calculate all of that, and I'm still gonna teach you something about risk management. So yeah, and I had this trade entered here, and this is actually what happened. Price just flew into profits. Exactly the time I entered the trade, price just flew into profit, and take profit was actually hit. This was where I took profits at the second target. This let me show you where I took profits. This here was where I took profits, and it was round about here, round about here, because I saw price rejecting, and I was like, you know what, let me take the profits here, and then that's where I took the profits, and I had a risk to reward ratio of, I actually made 5.89%, which we can round it off to 6%. And that is the reason why I took the trade. We can even use the Fibonacci and actually see if this zone was a decent zone, was a valid zone for us to take the trade. And price rejected the 61.8 and the 50% level. So the yellow thingy is the 61.8 fib level. So price, the impulsive move and then the correction, the price retraced 60% of the impulsive move. So this was where I took my trade, where I got the weak rejection. Now, let's talk. Now, let's talk risk management. I'm actually going to teach you something about risk management and how you could actually make a decent amount trading the currencies or trading the indices, whatever you prefer trading. I'm actually going to teach you something about risk management. So since we gained about 5.84%, we made like 6%. We could arguably say we made 6%. At exactly the same time you have your trade entered, um, you should calculate how much your risk is actually, how many pips you're actually willing to risk. So here we had, this is where we entered, and this is where we had our stop loss, and then we made 27 pips. You actually come here and then you actually enter, if you're trading a USD account and then you're trading like $100,000 account, even rands, but there's no option for rands here. You could actually go here and type 100,000, then your risk percentage, if ever you're willing to risk 2%, because the number one rule is you should risk a fraction of your trading account. You risk 2%, you actually type here, okay, let's go here, stop loss. You saw it was 27 pips. You can actually round it off to 28 pips. Let's just say 28 pips. We're actually going to risk 28 pips. And then you actually type here what pair you actually trading, which is the pound frame, pound CHF. And then this is going to give you the number of lot size you should actually use every time you place a trade, 6 lots. And then you place your 6 lots, and then you place your stop loss. And then this is how much you would have banked, 6% on your account. And then if you actually calculate how much you banked, if you, I'm actually from South Africa, so like I'm actually going to use 100,000 rand account. And if this is your portfolio managed account, this is your deposit, you actually deposit 100,000. And then your risk percentage is you risk 2% per trade, and then your reward, which is like 5.84%, and then we could round it off to 6%. So 2 times 6%, we actually made 12% gain on this one trade, only one trade. Since you made 12% and you invested an account of 100,000 multiplied by 12%, you actually made 12,000 on your return on investment. And then your account balance is 100,000 plus your 12,000. This is how much you made, 112,000. So this is risk management. You only need to risk like a fraction of your account. You only need to risk like a percentage of your account, and that is all. That is all you have to do. Just risk a percentage of your account. Some people prefer risking 5%. Some people prefer risking a percentage. Some people prefer risking a half a percentage. So I actually prefer risking 2%, and I actually advise you to risk somewhere around one is to 5% of your account. And if you actually get a reward of 6%, you can actually multiply that by what you're actually willing to risk, which is like 2%. If you're risking 2%, so you're actually going to lose if ever this trade never went into your direction. If this trade was a loss, you're actually going to lose 2% of your account, which is like 2,000. But if you gain and you gain 6%, you actually gained 12% of your account, which is like 12,000 rands, and you actually made 112,000 rands from your return on investments. So yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to actually teach you, and it's been a long time since I've actually made a new video, and I'm actually gonna give you more content. There's actually more content I actually want to give you guys. And please, guys, whenever you're starting out on trading, you could please tell your friends that Black Wall Street, this YouTube channel, is actually the best place to start out, because I'm also actually I'm starting trader. I actually want to teach you guys a lot about what I do and how I started my journey. So I really think that if ever I'm actually gonna rise, also you guys are actually gonna rise. So let's all rise together. Please, guys, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my Telegram channel. Follow me on Instagram at Black Wall Street. You're actually gonna find everything on the description below. So please, guys, subscribe to my channel. And this is Peace of Pride, and this is Wall Street. Thank you, guys.